Hi, this is Mark Quinter from Access Point Solutions UK. Just want to take you through today what we call Lead2Close. This is a way that we get information on a customer, so when we make that first call to that customer, it's targeted and accurate. In order to do this, we've linked Salesforce.com into a number of other products. I will take you through exactly the way that we ourselves use this software in order to help us contact our customer for the first time. So as you can see from the screen, we have a company called Computer 2000. Now we have no phone numbers, no fax numbers, no website, we have no detail on this customer. So in order to make that first call, we need to find out some more detail. So we click down onto update account information. Now what's happening now is this is going away to another package and it is finding out all the detail from Company's House on Computer 2000. So there we have Computer 2000 distribution. We click next, and now we're going away and it's looking at more detail for Computer 2000. We can now see that we have fax numbers, we have the account name, we've got a phone number, we have some detailed information. So we have all the information that we possibly need on that customer. We click update and it takes us from this screen and we're now being updated straight into Salesforce. So now we go back to our Salesforce customer and Computer 2000, we now have phone numbers, address numbers, their website and the parent name. We can see how many employees they've got, their annual revenue, we can see their business net worth, when their financial year end is. So it's really very, very good information for us to use as salespeople and as lead generators to go and talk to that customer for the first time. Now, we now know an awful lot more about the customer, but we don't know anything about the contacts. Obviously, in order to make that first call count, you've got to speak to a contact. So, if we click on this button, the Update Contacts button, again, this is going away and it's finding out who are the contacts within Computer 2000 that we could talk to. So, there's 31 different accounts. So, if we just go into various accounts, and you can either click the whole lot or you can just click one or two. So what I want to do is we'll put in Andy Gass, we've got Phil James, we'll put in Lee Perkins, Director of Sales, Andrew Shepard and Nick Tiltman. So we've now got 5 contacts that we can put into our account. So if I just add those, so now these accounts are being added to our Salesforce record. So we now have a whole range of different people that we can speak to. So the good thing is, if I click now onto Phil James, who is at Computer 2000, who's the Director of Finance, up here we have a Find Contact on LinkedIn. What we've done is we've linked LinkedIn into Salesforce. So if I click on this, we're now going into LinkedIn and we can find Phil James. So therefore I know that I can speak to Richard Taylor, Alan Hunt, Matt Hilton in order to get hold of Phil James. I also know that number 1 contact of mine is Andy Gass, and I can ask Andy to introduce me to Phil James. So already what we've got is we found out that we've got the right person to talk to, we know what we need to talk to them about, we know the company background. So what we want to do is have a look at some of the reports that we can find on that customer. So if we go into the reports menu here, we've got Get Reports. Now it's always interesting to look at company financial reports, because from this we can gauge how the business is doing in a marketplace that has been shrinking for the past 6 months. So if we look, we can see that Computer 2000 are growing in a market that's actually is either staying the same or shrinking. So therefore a good question would be to ask, what do you put your success down to in the fact that you're growing in a market that's downturning? Are you winning more business because you've altered your pricing structure, or is it because you're talking to your customers in a different way, or you're adding more value? So immediately you've got something to talk to them about. We can have a look at the executives from the company and we can see, so we've got, if we look at Andy Gass, he's the Managing Director, we can click on his web bio and the detail comes up. So we can see that before he was at Sage Enterprise Solutions and he did a bachelor's degree at Edinburgh University. So this might be information that we can use as well to get to these people. So what we're saying is that in order to make effective first contact, you need as much information as possible. Okay, so having done that, we can now call, let's say, Phil James, get him on the telephone, we can speak to him about his business, and hopefully he'll take the call because actually we've done some homework in that period of time. So that's taken me literally 4 minutes to completely update the account, to completely get all the right contacts in, and to find out who I know within that contact that I can get an introduction to. Thank you very much for your time today. I hope that has explained what Access Point Solutions and Lead2Close is all about, and I look forward to you listening to our next module, which will be on marketing and campaigns. Thank you very much for your time.